This video demonstration, I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful, simple card using the JND450 circle band belly band die set. And again, this really shows off what you can do. This is just a plain white background, but by using the belly band and a few of the little flowers, we can really go for something a little bit different. So I'll take you through the die set. So the die set has this beautiful central belly band, which cuts off at each end. Then it has the two panels which create you the perfect matten layer. So if you see, if you cut them all three together like that, you'll get an absolute perfect layer, but they will work moving out as well to give you that idea. You have a plain center, again with that scalloped edge, then a beautiful, really sort of, I can't even think of it, it's almost like an Art Deco type sort of center to it. You have two dies, will cut you ribbon strips, so it means you can thread ribbon through there. You also get a central little frame and a little center for the center. And again, that's not a perfect circle. It's sized exactly on this design. And you get two dies here, which are beautiful. And these are the blousy peonies. These are smaller versions of the blousy peony. So again, if you've got that die, these will give you smaller options with it, and it will all work in scale. I love the fact that everything in the collections always works with things that we've done maybe years ago and things in the future, so that you can build, so that things can always be used again. So we're going to get started by simply cutting the belly band. So I've got a piece of white card here, and I'm just using a piece of scrap of the coconut white essential card. And we're simply going to just tape that loosely here in the center, because I want to add the ribbon threads. And you'll see that these fit exactly into place. So we just drop one in at the top and drop one in at the bottom. So it's great that you can use them with this or without, giving you far more options and flexibility. We simply run that through and we cut that, and that gives us this beautiful piece here. So we have the ribbon thread cut through, and this has been designed so that it will take really almost any size because it will bunch up. But this has been taken to sort of take your 10mm ribbon, or your 15mm ribbon, I should say. Let's actually check the measurements and show you properly. So it's actually been designed to take your 15mm ribbon, but it will take any size, small or large. So what we want to do now is create the brighter pink mat. So I'm using our rose pink, and I'm just going to place the piece down and again roughly tape it down, and then take the two edges, and I'm almost meeting up and pulling away a little bit to the actual belly band, which is why we use that to guide us. So I'm going to tape that down and do the same on the other side. So we bring that in, pull it away slightly to give us the perfect mat, and again we tape that down. And it doesn't matter if you cut this with that belly band in place. So I'm going to run that through and cut that, which gives me this piece here, which is the absolute spot on mat to fit our white piece. So we'll pull our white piece, and you see here that fits exactly, and you get that beautiful band all the way around. So what we want to do now is to thread our ribbon through before we do anything else. So I've got here a bit of 10mm ribbon because I think it looks really nice as a contrast, and this is just in a grey. So come up through one, down through the other, again up through the under one and down through there, and leave a little bit sort of hanging over, and it adds more texture onto it. Of course, we can do it the other way so that it goes, so we actually go through this first one, we come up through the second, go all the way across the center, down through the third, and out through the fourth, if I get it threaded through right. And again, gives us a different look and sort of holds it onto the card. But I am going to go with the original, so it's up through the front, so up through one, down through two, back up through three, and down through four. I'm simply now going to turn that over and take some foam tape, and I'm going to run that either side of this ribbon, I'm just using 2mm foam tape so that it secures the ribbon in place. I'm then going to cut the rest into 2 pieces, probably a little bit more, a little bit big, and just pop a little piece in between there so that that's all nicely supported. We then take off our foam tape, so reveal the adhesive, and we stick that down to our piece, just there. And again, your ribbon's still movable to get it right. I would then trim down the pink to match exactly with the white. So I'm holding the ribbon out, trimming that down, just trim that little edge off there, so you can see I can wrap that around. So there's the start of our belly band, and we'll take our excess ribbon off. So now I want to put a beautiful central piece into here. So I've got a piece here of our blush pink, and I'm going to take the detail die and the outline for them, match them together because it's a different shape, tape that down and run that through and cut that. And that will give us this beautiful sort of fretwork pattern here, sort of the arches and things like that. So all I'm going to do with that is add a little bit of foam tape again just into the center so that this stands and floats free. So we match that up, match the pattern up. So it's very easy because you've got these points to tell you. You see that stands free, it gives you that beautiful sort of shadow. And now we're going to pop it onto our main piece of card. So I have a piece of card here cut to 5 3/4 inches. Again, I'm going to take some foam tape just to create a little bit of shadow. It's what almost brings in that grey colour. So we'll just pop a little bit top and bottom, just like that. And I'm going to use the guidelines on my mat to make sure I get that nice and straight. So I'm using the 2 guides either side. I'm going to turn it over. I've already got foam tape on here, so I'm going to reveal that and pull the ribbon onto it to make it nice and neat. Check the front, make sure I'm happy. And then I've taken a card blank and I've matte and layered it with a piece of white at 6 inch and then a piece of blush at 6 1/8 and then a piece of rose at 6 1/4. And I just place that on. We've got that beautiful framing, nice and simple. So using a scrap of the darker pink, I will cut out this die here, which will give me the beautiful frame. So we'll show you, I've already got that cut. So that will give us this beautiful sort of frame and a piece in the center, which you can use again on a different project or on this one. We will then use the smallest die in the set and cut that from the white. And I'm going to cut this because I want to show you that it looks as if it's a circle and it's not. So I'm simply going to run this through my machine. Nice and easy to do. So I'm just doing that off camera as it's a little bit speedier. But hopefully, can you see, it's not an exact circle. It's exactly the center of that design taken. And I think when you offset it like that, it looks even nicer. So again, a little bit of foam tape. I've got a little bit left here. I'm going to stick that on. Turn it back over, and then if there's any sticking out, it's very hard with smaller shapes. Let it stick out and trim it down. That's easier than trying to trim it at the time. There we go. I'm simply going to pop that into the center. You can see it's offset. I'm going to take my brighter pink and add a little bit of glue glaze. It's the easiest way to stick down your delicate die cuts like this. They'll grab pretty much straight away. We then frame our beautiful piece there. And I'm just going to take a large Craft Artist stick-on purling, sort of white in the center. And then all we're going to do is to put some flowers on. And again, for this one, I am using the blousey peony that comes in with it. So I've cut these in rose pink. I'm just going to take a ball tool and just shape by pressing in the middle. Just shape a few of those flowers. And there are different sizes in this die. There are two different sizes. There's a small and a sort of large, if you want to call it that. So we're just going to shape those. And then for sticking these down to get them in the right place, because I've shaped them, the easiest way to do this is add a little bit of your Craft Artist Super Tacky glue onto your mat. Take your tweezers, pick up your flower by the petal, dip the bum in, and just dip it into the glue. So I'm just shaping those. I'm kind of creating a sweep. Every time you do this, it'll be slightly different. So just a sweep going down across it. And then I'm going to add in some of the smaller pearls from the Craft Artist pearls. So I'm just popping one of those, a pearl in the center of a flower, or a glass dewdrop, or pollen, or something. I always put something in the middle of my flowers. It really makes them pop. So just dropping something into each flower, and I do find it easier to do it once they're stuck onto the card. And then to decorate, I'm just going to add a few more of the little pearls, almost like bubbles. Let's just turn you over. No, you've lost your sticky. So almost like bubbles along this sort of track. And it just keeps that little bit of sort of, it tells you where your eye is to look. So one more. I sometimes go a little bit crazy. But you can see there we have that beautiful sweep of pearls across, that little pop of grey which works with the pink, and a beautiful simple card you could just sentiment inside. And there is our original.